Hello everyone, this is Amos here at Grease Point Workwear. Today I'm going to help you measure a pair of pants that fit you well. Use them as a reference guide for ordering a pair of pants from us that will also fit you well. You'll need two things: a pair of pants that fit you well and either a tape measure or a yardstick. Before we start, it's important to understand that when you actually measure the waist of your pair of pants, more than likely it's going to be about 2 inches bigger than the actual tag size. So just for example, if your pants say 34 on the tag size, more than likely they probably measure about 36 inches. There's a couple of reasons for this. You want a little bit of ease. When you're bending and squatting, your pants will get tighter if you've eaten a big meal. So you want a little bit of room there. You don't want them to be skin tight. But also, there's an industry trend where over the last 30 or 40 years, manufacturers have started making the pants a little bit bigger than what the actual tag size says. So just important to know that before you start measuring. So let's do a quick example. You have a pair of pants, the tag size is 34 inches. You measure them and they actually measure about 36 inches. We would recommend ordering a tag size 34 from us. However, if you look at our size charts, you might notice that a size 34 from us actually measures 35 inches. Now, why would they be 1 inch smaller? Well, that's because all the fabrics that we use come from the mill and they're Sanfordized, which means that they're pre-shrunk. When you first try them on, they'll be a little bit snug. After you break them in over a few days, the waist will start to stretch out and you'll get another inch of stretch in the waist. So that tag size 34 will come to you being 35, a little bit snug, then they'll end up being 36 inches, just like the pair of pants that you measured. Okay, so for measuring the waistband, you're much more likely to end up under measuring, meaning taking a measurement that's too small than too large. I'm gonna show you first the correct way to measure the waistband, and then second, the incorrect way to measure the waistband. Measuring the waistband is kind of easiest with a yardstick if you have one. You can do it with a tape measure, but yardstick just kind of makes it a little bit easier because you're measuring onto the tape measure as opposed to putting the tape measure onto the pants. Okay, so in order to take the correct measurement, you're going to line the front and back waistband up, pinch it from both sides to take out any slack, line it up, and then stretch it out and lay it down on your measuring device. This pair here is measuring at about 18.5 inches. So the incorrect way to measure your pants would be to lay them on the table, put your tape measure on there. If you do that, this pair looks like it measures just over 17 inches. So in order to get the correct measurement and not buy your pants too small, again, line up the front and back waistband. Now we get 18.5 inches. So doing it the incorrect way resulted in about 1.5 inches too small of a waist measurement. All right, now we're gonna measure the thigh. I like to fold whatever leg I'm not using out of the way. Get the pants to lay as flat as possible. About 1 inch down from the crotch seam. Measure straight across. This pair measures about 13.75 of an inch. Make sure you measure from the edge of the pants to the edge of the pants and not like this, from the seam to the seam. That won't actually get you the thigh measurement. So again, edge to edge, about 1 inch down from the crotch seam. Next, we'll measure the inseam. This one is a little bit easier to do if you have a soft tape measure, but you can do it fine with a yardstick or whatever. Start at the inseam, straighten out the leg. This pair is measuring just over 31 inches. The hem is pretty straightforward. Lay it down as flat as possible. Measure the leg opening from edge to edge. This one's just about 8 inches. Next, we're gonna do the front rise. Start at the crotch seam here. Measure up to the top of the waistband. This one measures about 12.25 inches. The back rise. We're gonna do the same thing on the back side. Start with the crotch seam, the middle. Measure up to the top of the waistband. This one's about 16.5 inches. Hopefully that was helpful and you will be able to order the correct size from us. As always, if you have any questions, if any part of this was not as clear as it should have been, please send us an email or you can just take measurements and send us your measurements and we'll make you a sizing recommendation.